So back then when I was still a student, I always volunteer my time for all the NGOs out there to find my purpose in life, to find my passion. So if you can allocate 5 to 10%, I know it's little, but if you like to give more, that would be better. So if you can try to start small, allocate this amount percentage to the local food bank, because this local food bank, they need a lot of funding to really help them with their logistic. They really help them to reach out to more people to do marketing campaigns so that more people are aware of their existence, so that we can actually create Malaysia a nation with a lesser food waste. And another one as well, it's refer a merchant to them. So in your local community, if I believe every community there's a bakery. So if you know that bakery is not participating in any outlets, not participating in any, participating in any food bank, refer them to the food bank itself, because you will make a difference.
Donate what you have to support the CSR, and be active in the community. So never be shy, talking to your neighbor, talking to your mother, your grandmother, or your family members is also a good way to start, not necessarily like going out to speak to a big crowd of people. And I think this one you guys have already done very well. So I will not go on fundraising online any idea, and we are happy to share with you if you guys in need of ideas, and become a volunteer.
We've identified and we reach to few resources available that in Malaysia, like for example, restaurants, produce markets, consumers, manufacturers. So these are what we call as our food bank heroes. We seek to them to check whether they have food surplus, or maybe they have some donations that are given to us that want to contribute to the communities. So we approach these kind of people so that we can collaborate in terms of doing projects, programs, CSR, something like that. So from there, they will give the food or the items to us. We collect it and distribute, and then
what are your thoughts about surplus food and food wastage?
Most of the family tend to cook too much, but in the end they consume less than what they actually cook. So most of the food would actually go to waste in the end.
Food waste actually represents a waste of resources and effort. So when food is wasted, so does the resources it takes to deliver it to our table.
I think it's just a matter of the lack of concern and communication between food providers and those who need it.
It's a really sad thing, because all that surplus food and food waste can actually go to a better use and to a family that actually really needs it.
Food is something that we always take for granted, and we are not aware about how privileged we are to have clean food every meal. While some families, especially during the COVID-19 situation, are struggling to even provide their family with proper food.
We really need to change this. I think it's because the reason why we don't acknowledge our food waste is because we live in this side of the world that we barely experience any food shortages.
And yet we are here not really aware about the amount of food that actually wasted.
And whereas if you look at people from the other side of the world, they would really feel lucky or privileged enough to just have the bare minimum of food for them to eat every day.
Maybe gain some perspective by visiting those people who really need food. I think they'll have a change of heart.
Why do you think it is important to have responsible consumption and production?
Play a very important role in ensuring that everyone practices responsible consumption and production, because everything we do will affect the people around us. It's just like a ripple effect.
The foods that we eat would just be often thrown away. It will not be given to homeless people, stray animals, just for other people to consume. It really goes down to the trash.
We can actually save a lot more lives just by something as simple as actually donating the food surplus that we have.
Meanwhile, we have food, but we do not appreciate the food. Most of the time, we tend to overcook our food and we did not finish our food, so we end up throwing it away.
In health aspects, food waste actually produce some harmful gases such as methane when they end up in a landfill over a certain period of time.
I found out from a report that food waste is actually one of the biggest contributors to production in greenhouse emission gas. these gas can potentially produce up to 3.3 billion tons of it because of food waste, and if these gas occur, this can really accelerate the process of climate change.
It's also a waste of labor and money.
And in terms of economy, food waste actually degrades our food security issues, and when food security issues degrades, it actually can cost a lot of people who don't have access to food that meets their preference and nutritional quality.
The overall planning, execution, and delegation of tasks, setting up the MOS, and also conducting discussions to make sure that we're all on track, that what we planned is feasible.
So from the funds that we have collected, this money will actually go to one of our partners, and this partner will purchase the food for the underprivileged. With care of crowdfunding initiative, we have a website up with our crowdfunding details there, and so anyone can donate.
It's not about the amount that counts, it's about the thought and consideration of others we put into this. Any little small contribution will help a lot, and it will bring a big impact.
To promote this website, we actually used a few methods to promote. We connected different lecturers from different schools, different administration staff, and also different school managers from Sunway University, Monash University, and also Sunway College. Some of the lecturers and the staff donated, while some of them helped us to blast through their emails, and they share with their friends, and they also share it on eLearn as well. We use digital marketing. So we have a Facebook page, and we also have an Instagram page. We reach out to more people.
Come up with contents to raise awareness towards food wastage issue, and this helps to educate the public to not just throw all the food away that you cannot finish, but it's also to reusing them for a better good.
Food waste can be dealt in many ways. For example,
Composting all the excess food waste that I actually have in my house.
We collect our daily food waste that our household produce, and by collecting those food waste, we separate those are non-compostable and those are compostable foods. So like compostable foods such as like fruits, vegetable scraps, etc. Like those foods are compostable, and we can use them to mix with soil, so that in return we can it can create fertilized soil, which can be beneficial to your plants.
I was composting for the first time. I was scared that I would mess it up and do it wrongly.
Something that I'm quite new in, so it took me some time to really try to understand, to read through the material.
I really didn't know much about composting, so I did like so many research on how to do it and whatnot, like what equipments are needed, what type of soil do you need to mix with the food waste.
With the guidance of my teammates and the internet, it actually turned out better than I expected it to.
I used to be afraid of this food because they look good.
But it was a really struggle because like we were literally like garbage men.
And while doing the designs, I actually have like the creative block, which I can't think of the idea for the post. So I decided to talk with my friends and get some opinions and ideas from them.
And it looks so much more easier when we're just writing about it in our exams. But then when it actually comes to application, it's definitely more challenging.
After doing this project, I realized planning ahead my meals is not just helping me in general, but it's also helping a lot of people out there.
I've learned about how to apply all the theories I learned from my studies into practical experiences.
How to deal with food wastage, how to use them for a better good.
I knew that we had a food wastage crisis in Malaysia, but I didn't know the scale of it.
More food is wasted on a daily basis than I thought it was.
It really opened my eyes. It's quite shocking, to be honest. Goddamn, I did not know that it was such a big deal.
Food waste is not just a local issue within Malaysia, but it's also a issue all around the world. It's a global issue.
It affects everyone from all walks of society, you know, some more, some less, but nonetheless, it does have an effect on society as a whole.
Be grateful and appreciate that we have food on our table instead of wasting it, because there are people out there who could not even bring food to the table for themselves, let alone their family.
I'd just like to say thank you so very, very much to all of our supporters.
I'm very grateful for this chance to really see a different perspective for the things that we are doing.
Honestly, it was a really fun experience in composting these food waste foods.
I'd like to thank the team too. I know that some of you guys have been facing personal issues. This may have been a new experience for you guys. Thank you so much for stepping out of your comfort zones and trying something new, trying to work together to put into a cause that's beneficial. And thank you. I really love you guys. Thanks a lot. Seriously, that's one of the best teams.
So I always say a big thank you so much for the team for always being here for each and every one of us, and always being open to sharing your ideas and providing feedbacks. And honestly, I don't think we can be able to proceed the project without everyone's of your support. And I'm going to say thank you for our partner for us this chance to really get to know more about this project and how can we actually contribute to this problem. Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.